two of the main reasons stopping people from creating videos, specifically yoga teachers who are a little bit tech averse, is that you think you don't have the right equipment and editing videos is confusing and you don't know how. Okay, I'm going to give you two analogies to get started. But first, let me tell you who I am. My name's Ashley. Welcome, welcome. I teach video and social media and business for yoga teachers. And it's my main goal right now to help every yoga teacher and wellness entrepreneur to feel confident on camera and also to be able to gain more students with the power of video marketing and getting yourself out there in the world of online. So, if you think that you don't have correct equipment or you don't know how to edit and that is stopping you from creating videos, that it's going to take too much time to learn and I don't want to do this, I want to give you a little bit of a metaphor or analogy. Think of it like this. If you are a yoga teacher, which if you're watching this, it's likely that you are, and you have a brand new student coming to class and they have a yoga mat with them. They've got some props, they've got some sweatpants on and a t-shirt, and they come into class and they look around and go, "What kind of yoga mat do you have?" And you go, "Oh, this is Lululemon, or this is a Lifeform mat, or whatever it is. This is such and such mat." And they ask, "Oh, well, how much did that cost and where did you get it?" And you say, "I got it from here and it cost this much." And they're holding their cheap yoga mat and they go, "Well, I'll leave and come back when I get that new mat." And you go, "What? What? Like, you have a yoga mat. You have a yoga mat of some kind. You have clothes on your body. You have everything that you need to start your yoga practice. Why would you leave and wait until you had a $200 yoga mat to practice, to get started?" It is the same thing. You sitting there with your cell phone saying, "I don't have the equipment to get started to make videos, so I'm not going to get started until I have the same equipment that Ashley has or that so-and-so has. Like, until I get a brand new camera, I'm not going to make any videos." No, it doesn't start like that. You have to get all the phone videos and the crappy webcam videos out of your system so that you can practice to gain the confidence to get better and better in time. So use what you have. Show up to your yoga class with your $10 yoga mat and actually do the work. It's going to feel frumpy and clumpy and it's not going to feel great at first. It's going to be very uncomfortable. Same with taking videos. You're getting through the first initial stages as a beginner. And so your phone, in fact, if you have a phone that was made in the last couple years, the quality is actually really, really great. So start to make videos with your phone. If you have an iPhone, when it comes to editing, it's really easy. iMovie is free. iMovie is a free app on your phone and also on any Mac computers, but you can do any of the basic editing techniques with iMovie. And there's also a lot of other video editing softwares out there as well for Android and for your Windows computers. And so now when we talk about editing, here's the other story or analogy that I have for you today, is that I once had a teacher tell me about their teacher who told a student to not check in with their yoga progress, but once every 7 years. So that means the student would come up to the teacher and say, "I've been practicing for a month now, but I don't seem to be getting closer to touching my toes, or I don't feel like I'm making any progress." But they were only checking in from 1 month to another rather than giving it more time. And that teacher said, "Don't check in with your practice until 7 years down the road." And that's going to be the same with your video and editing skills. You have to start where you're at with the basics. And then don't compare yourself to yourself or to others except every couple years, because it's going to take some time for you to improve and to gain the knowledge in what you need to do. And I also want to share with you the basic editing techniques that you need to do that you can actually do from your phone. And I'm going to share with you the homework assignment that I give my students inside of my YouTube for Yoga Teachers course. And that is to film a video and do these 7 editing techniques. It took me 5 minutes to do this, and so that you know how to do that in the editing software. So I did this in iMovie, but the 7 basic editing techniques that you need to know how to do in any software or from your phone or computer is: number 1, how to trim the ends off of your video. So trim the end of the beginning and the end so that like you're not seeing like playing around on your computer or on your phone, or so that you start right when you say the first words and that you end in an appropriate time. And the second one is to split or cut your clips. So that means in the middle so that you can insert another video or an image, or maybe you're deleting a section of your video because there's pauses or you made a mistake. Number 3 of 7 is how to crop your video. So how to crop it in so you see less of the screen, or how to crop it back out. That could also be called zooming in and zooming out, but it's actually cropping. So you decide how much of your screen you're seeing. That's great for if you are standing to going to seated and then you want to get a little bit closer in the frame. Number 4 is adding or editing audio. So not advanced editing techniques for audio, but like how to add music over the top of your yoga video practice, or how to do a voiceover. So very simple things, not actually editing the audio itself, but how to play with audio to add more files, add more audio, or lower or raise the volume of your audio. So that's important to know about. Number 5 is how to put text over your video. So how to put a title screen, or maybe you have a little asterisk of something you needed to correct, or maybe you've got your Instagram on the corner here. So how to add text on your video. And then also how to add additional video or images onto your videos. So you might have 2 different angles and you're going back and forth between angles, or you might insert an image and talk about an image or like a product that you're reviewing, or you might have an image pop on the screen or an additional video clip in the middle, just for whatever reason that is. And the last basic editing technique is to be able to compress the file size, which is sometimes done in an editing software, and there are some free softwares you can do this too. So if you have a file size that's like really big, like you have a 60-minute yoga video and you filmed it at 60 frames per second on your phone, that's going to be a very large file. It's going to be unlikely that you can upload it to many places without it taking forever, and also it'll make it really hard for people to download the file if that's available to them because it's so large. There's no reason that we need massive 4K quality file videos when we are teaching yoga, or even for YouTube videos. In fact, this video is going to be exported at 720p, which is pretty average. No one's going to be watching me on this big screen computer or big screen TV. And also I've got good lighting, decent lighting, and a decent webcam that makes that quality still seem really good. So there's no need for that. But how to compress your video files, if they are too large, how do you save them so that they're smaller without sacrificing some of the quality? And I actually have lots of tips on that, but I'll save that for inside of my YouTube course. You can also Google search it, just so you know. Okay, so those are the 7 basic editing techniques that I think is important for really anybody to know, but I speak mostly to yoga teachers. So now I'm going to show you my example of what I did just as a homework assignment, and maybe you can figure out this yourself, or you trim, you split clips, you do a crop, you add some audio or do a voiceover, place some text over your video, add an image, and then export the file size so it's a decent quality size without being too large. That's it. So let's put that in right now. I'm making this quick video as an example of the 7 things that you need to do. So the first thing is to trim the ends, which you'll notice I started right when I started talking, and then I'm going to split the clip in the middle. Let's split it right here, jump to the next section, and then I'm going to crop a section that'll be right here, zoom in and then zoom out, and then we want to add additional audio. So I'll do a voiceover right here. This is a voiceover with a sound effect over the top. Add text. Here's some text. Insert an image. And then I'm going to save and export this file. So that's actually one of the homework assignments inside of my YouTube for Yoga Teachers course, which is available or will be available soon depending on when you are seeing this video. So you can head on over to YouTubeforYogaTeachers.com to jump on the wait list, or to find more information about how to learn more about video creation, editing, YouTube, and all of the basics that you need to get started. I hope to see you on the inside. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you feel called to do so. Otherwise, I hope to see you again in another video.